if I want someone to fucking click on it, unfortunately, that's what I'm going to have to fucking do. All right. I think this was more of me just being angry at the algorithm. Okay.
I was about to say, I don't think this has anything to do with me.
Welcome to a new episode of Bold Thoughts and Video Games, the best place to get the latest news and updates that actually matter in the gaming community. From the inebriated mind of your host, Fernando Rodriguez.
I thought it was over. I honestly thought it was over. Like, first, when it came out, it was like, okay, it was a frat house. It was like a bro type of place. I'm like, fucked up, horrible. They were going from cubicle to cubicle, just like drunk and hitting on these broads. I was like, okay, fucked up, horrible. Fire them. Whatever you have to do, just get rid of them and fix the problem. I thought it was going to be a quick news story and it's over. No, these fuckers just don't know when to stop, dude. They just don't know when to stop. That's my issue. I'm like, okay. And then
I shouldn't be laughing, but it's really funny.
But like, I was thinking, I'm like, you've got to somewhere, there has to be somebody in that company that's just like,
This is the company that has spent the last 10 years shooting themselves in the foot because they can't hit their dick.
So I'm not sure what part of, you said you were out of the loop, but it's just the most recent one to come out was, let me just look up the dang article so I can tell you exactly what was said. That's the worst part. In a nutshell, they were like, just like, think of.
I know they're trying to get Bobby Kotick to quit again, so I know there's something out there.
Oh my god.
Anytime you're trying to get Bobby Kotick to quit, I know that there's something.
They're talking about a union or some shit like that.
Dude, I told you they were trying to unionize.
Yeah, you did. You did tell me. I didn't believe you. I didn't believe you. It's like you're one of my trusted advisors, and I keep you around, and I was just like, no, fuck you. Activision Blizzard to employees, and it was sent out an email. Consider the consequences of unionizing. just let that sink in for a second. They sent it in an email. And they just somehow thought this wasn't going to get out.
Yep. No, they wanted to get out. Don't kid yourself.
I don't get it. I honestly don't get it.
You don't get why they would want that out?
No, I mean, I'm saying I don't get how. Why don't they just stop? How about just stop putting more shit on your plate to have to fucking deal with? Pay the people, pay your fines, fire the people. Stop. I mean, fuck.
I love how logical that is.
Yes, it does sound very logical. But I mean, just shit. Like what? Last week, one of the what are they called? AMs or a high-ranking seat in PlayStation was caught meeting up with an underage boy to have sex with him. Did you hear about that?
No. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I did hear something. I heard something along those lines. Yeah, that sounds familiar-ish.
Yeah, see, that one, I guarantee you, I'll put my next paycheck on it. It's going to end right there. Horrible. They're probably going to fire him. Cool. He's going to get fired. He might even face some jail time. This is going to look really bad, but they're going to clean their hands of it. They're going to apologize. They're going to pay whatever the hell they need to pay. And it's going to be over, and we're going to forget about it, and, we're going to bring it up occasionally. That's the difference between PlayStation and fucking Activision Blizzard. Do you see what I'm trying to say here?
Oh, and that they bury their shit?
Yeah, they would just stop. They'd be like, okay, we fucked up. But Blizzard just seems to be like, okay, frat house. This chick kills herself because she just kept getting harassed at work. sexism, and then they just keep on, and then they're like, and consider the consequences if you were to unionize. It's just like, stop. It's, oh my god. I even tweet about it. I never tweet about shit.
See, so everything just started kind of getting to me a little bit, and so I just kind of I put on a couple of my blinders, and I stopped watching like a couple of shows, and just more focused on things around the house and like getting stuff done. So I went like full I'm gonna take care of me mode.
I like that mode. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really enjoy that mode. But whenever I get into that mode, I become very. This is just me. I'm not saying anything about you. I get very lazy is a very strong word, but lazy just sounds a little bit better. I procrastinate more. You know, I put things off a little bit more because I'm blocking everything out. Whether it be from like politics or family, it's usually everything all at once. I just block everything out that's not in my immediate bubble, and this does include you, yes. And all right, and I just like, so I'm just like, I just block it out. That's what I do. But I mean, it's really good for my mental health, and it's really good for for my mental health, which helps my family, because I'm not going to be as like, you know what I mean, just like all angry all the goddamn time, which which is great, which and it starts to balance itself out. But I'm so focused on being a better person and being a good dad and like getting my shit done that I need to get done, whether it's a project I've been putting off, that I do slack off, and I don't contact you, and I don't make recordings. I don't do any edits. I have around 24 to 26 hours of footage that I need to edit and break down into multiple videos that, I still haven't gone around to that yet. But yeah, it's just a bad habit I need to break.
I'm not that bad, luckily. I just turn a couple things off. Like, I'm still kind of in the know because I get on Twitter, but if it doesn't make it through Twitter and Facebook,
I've taken the only time I ever get on Facebook is when I'm at my desktop. I've taken it off my phone because I got so addicted to that fucking thing, and I only keep the Messenger on my phone now. But yeah, whenever
that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, I delete it from my phone completely. I would literally be on Facebook and going through my, just scrolling, close my phone, put it down for a second, open my phone up again, and then hit, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? I just closed this.
And here it is in my hand again.
It's like, what? Oh, it's like, it was almost scary is like exaggerating, but I was like, Jesus Christ. I felt like, when like an alcoholic or a crackhead's like, I have a fucking problem, man. It was just, it felt like one of those dawning moments on me where I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna, obviously I still need Messenger. I can't just completely cut it out. So I deleted it from my phone. And only when I'm at my desktop can I, click on Facebook and scroll and shit. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's helped out immensely.
Oh yeah,
It helped me out so much.
It's a super good thing to do, but it does have the downside of not being fucking aware of anything. I'm just like, I would try to be shocked that Blizzard is once again fucking shitting the bed, but it's just so expected at this point that it's just like, I don't even know that, like, it's news that this dude is a gross person, but the idea that it's news that he works at Blizzard, it's like, no, that's exactly where he'd work.
Because that's the kind of people that they unfortunately, here's a very qualified woman, whether she's the woman of color or not, very qualified, fuck her, we're bringing my homeboy Chris in, come on, man. You know what I mean? It's so fucking stupid, man. It's so ridiculous.
Oh, see, I think it's a little bit of, so at the very beginning, like whenever you're making, I guess, like whenever you're establishing a studio, right, it's just going to be who's around. And then those nerds like kind of they come from all sorts of different problems and backgrounds, right?
Yes.
And then you get famous and they have money and power, and suddenly all of those problematic things become things that they can actually do with their lives. Like they can fully realize their incredibly terrible nature, and with that, things just go bad all the time, almost always. And so like I don't think that they're just like passing over people. I think these are people who've probably been there for a long time. It's not like the dude was hired yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But then they bring on people who like write stories, and they can write their way out of a fucking plot hole. And so like it's a fucking sword that cuts both ways. Like I don't think it was sexism. I think it was just like, hey, this is the dude who like was around and helped me build the fucking thing that I was always dreaming of building, and whenever he got rich and powerful, he became a fucking asshole. And like, yeah, that happens. Now get rid of him.
That does happen, unfortunately.
Your biggest sin was keeping him around. Like
So-
that was the problem.
So, how would you obviously you're going to change, so don't give me any bullshit, but how much do you think you would change if, you know, like you have you're working on X project goes to the fucking moon. How do you think you're going to change from having to be responsible, you know, parenting, I have to do my duty at my job to where you're just financially just comfortable? How much do you think you would change?
I mean, the moment that I can stay home with my kid and just relax and chill, like if I got enough money in the bank to where I could live off residuals, I'd probably just be like, hey, look, I'm down to help, but this is my primary job, is being home and having fun and chilling. Like,
okay, cool.
Like that's been me my entire life. I'm not about a lot of this shit.
Even better, because I was gonna say there's some people out there that just fucking flip the script, and it's almost like what they were was a costume, and what came out is like, it's like, for some reason I've seen it, when people have money, they fucking, you know, they seem to change just a little bit, like almost like their true colors come out. I don't know. I'm not saying, you know, you have true colors that I haven't seen. I'm just saying how I wanted your honest opinion. I think I might be a bigger asshole.
People hide their true colors a little bit better than other people can. So like, I don't know. I don't try to hide who I am. So it's just like, what you see is what you get. Sorry.
Have you even touched New World?
No, not in a while. I could give two shits.
Yeah, I mean, that game died with me real quick. I had high hopes for it. I'm not even gonna lie, but that game died with me real quick.
Whenever I bought it, I thought it was gonna be a little bit better than what it was.
Yeah.
But they mismanaged so much of the stuff after launch, and like the design flaws weren't inherent until the end, like I thought it would be. And I thought I could just like chill, but no, because of the other stuff in the game, it doesn't really, like, you don't get to just like chill. So it ended up being just about as bad as I thought it was going to be, unfortunately.
I liked it initially because it was something different. I like grindy games, but I didn't have a group. I didn't have a fire team, so to speak, and that's why I lost interest in it. But I mean, it's a good game. I enjoy it. I still, unfortunately, you know, claim all my free stuff that I gave a Prime on it, but, you know, in case I ever go back. But it's just, it's a game that I really had high hopes for. Halo this year shocked me because I don't know what people are talking about. It's fucking Halo. Why would they change what it is? They're like, yeah, it's the same fucking thing from like 12 years ago. I don't understand. Like, get fucked. Go fuck yourself. That's Halo. Of course, if you go play a Halo game and you're like, oh god, it's just like Halo. It's fucking Halo. Like, I get that the mechanics and it's kind of funky because I don't know. I get it. I can also feel the difference when I'm playing Halo to a Battlefield or a Call of Duty game. Battlefield and Call of Duty, same fucking thing, just different names. Halo's Halo. I get it. That's my only pet peeve out of all of that. It's just those people. I'm just gonna throw that out there right there. I'm happy that Halo is Halo. I enjoyed it. I'm glad it was free. And plus, I have like the Xbox thingy that I can play it, and it comes free with my Xbox thingy. So, but still, even if I didn't get it for free, I would still play it. It was still that good. Okay. And real quick, before I forget,
My Xbox thingy.
my Xbox, it's like the Xbox Game Pass or whatever, but I don't have an Xbox, so I have the Game Pass for the PC, so I can just play Xbox games on my PC. It's fucking cool. Shut up, dude. Shut up. Don't fucking judge me. Real quick, I want to ask you. Real quick, I want to ask you. How do you feel about Ludwig leaving Twitch and going to YouTube?
It's to be expected at this point.
Did you hear the story of how he made his decision and stuff?
No, I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm not even sure I know who Ludwig is.
Okay. The only thing I can think
It
of.
sounds like talent, and it sounds like something a lot of people care about.
It sounds like talent. He's talented. He's a talented guy, you know, and I like him because he feels genuine. I originally didn't like him because he's like a really nice, pretty white boy. You know, like that, like your fucking neighbor. Like when you look out the fucking door, and
That's an odd thing to hold against somebody. But okay.
like when you look out the door, and it's like, you know, he's the same age as you, and he's just waving, taking his trash out, and you just wave back awkwardly. It's like, you have fucking bodies. But I genuinely like the guy now because the only thing I can think of is that guy who did that super long subathon. If you kept the sub train going, he added more time that he had to be live. And he was live for like a month. How do you not remember that? You had to have seen something like that.
Mm-mm.
Wow. Okay, anyway. Yeah. So.
Oh, I am, dude. Whenever I tell you I'm comfortably disconnected from the world, it's not me lying to you.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I came here wanting to have like an intellectual battle with you about Ludwig, but you're just like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, what side do you want me to take? Like, it's so expected.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Twitch's attitude towards everything that we've talked about whenever it comes to Twitch hasn't changed. Like, it's not like they're trying to course correct to prevent everyone from leaving the platform. Like, that's not a thing that's happening. So it's just like, what did you expect would happen? You're going to lose more and more of your talent to a platform that is promising creators that they're going to have more freedom. And it's like, duh.
Okay, hold
But
on.
that's not even the most interesting thing that's happening right now, though, is because we're seeing the birth of a whole nother information economy that's about to be developing over the next 6 months.
And
Are you
talking about crypto?
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
not at
good.
all. I'm talking.
I'm
This
like, are you
touches
in
on-
on it too, homeboy?
No, this touches on politics a little bit.
Okay.
So don't hate me, but no, it's so you had Locals, which was under Dave Rubin. It was kind of like a Patreon mix. It was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Rumble, which was just like this Canadian platform that hosted videos, had a weird monetization and a fucking terrible UI. Still does.
Mm-hmm. Is that fucking thing you sent me?
Yeah.
That's what it was, dude. Yeah. Oh my God. I was
So
struggling
there was
to make an
also-
account. Jesus.
Yeah, you have to put your phone number in and like all sorts of weird shit. So it's interesting because you had all of these platforms came up because of some form of censorship. So Locals was born of Patreon and Swipe. You had I'm gonna forget some of the names. Getter is the one that survived. There's another one that's completely based on like some free web, but it has a terrible reputation. And then you had, I'm gonna forget the name of this one now. What the fuck? Parlor. So all of these platforms were kind of small. None of them really took off. It was just kind of like a place for people who were banned on the right to go. And so Parler, at the time Donald Trump got banned, Parler blew the fuck up, and it was going through the roof. And then January 6th happened, and Amazon, who hosts like the vast majority of things on the internet are hosted by Amazon. Amazon was like, you violated something, we're going to terminate you. That Parler was like, hey, no, we didn't, and that's in violation of our contract. And Amazon was like, we don't give a shit, we'll see you in court if that's where you want to go. And so that's the way that Parler went, because Parler was hosted on that website. They got put down, and I can put this into Democratic terms too. They did the same thing to Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard was running on the Democratic platform, was reliant on all the same systems to get her message out that everybody else was on. And then as she gained momentum, they would just kill the momentum building so that she had to restart the momentum. So her biggest moment was whenever she destroyed Kamala Harris's campaign, and Google the next day banned her ad account for no reason.
For no reason whatsoever.
Yeah. And that would have, in the momentum of that moment, would have carried her into a front runner. But they banned her account, and it doesn't matter that the ban gets undone. It doesn't matter that it's invalid. The attention space, you have 2 days for a story to be relevant. Your attention space has to be met. And then you have to capture as much as you can in that attention space, and they know when to kill a story. So Parler starts coming up. Amazon pulls the hosting service. Parler goes down. Nobody can use it. Apple and I think Google both are like, Parler's no longer allowed in the App Store. So they're going full scale censorship. And the thing that they're accusing of Parler of doing isn't even something that Parler did. It was something with the January 6th bullshit. So they were saying that Parler didn't do enough to prevent people from organizing, despite the fact that all of the FBI evidence has said that all of the people who organized January 6th did it on Facebook and Twitter. And so it's just like this bullshit story that they used to take Parler off the interwebs. And Parler was like, look, we could come back, but we've lost all of the momentum capture. So like we would spend all of that money and then no one would come back to the platform. And that got all of the rest of alt tech looking at their back end going, shit, if we get big, if we do the thing that we've been trying to do, it could all get taken out from underneath us. Well, the one that was best suited to make that sort of change was Rumble, because Rumble was already kind of captured. They already hosted their own back end for most of the stuff that they were doing, because they had a very unique monetization platform, which made them kind of like a co-owner of your content. Not really sure how IP law works, but it's one of their features. And so they start building out their back end to be like more independent. Meanwhile, Locals is gaining traction in Steam as a replacement for a couple of the places that they were on. So Locals and Rumble merge so that you have a payment processor sort of system, like the creative sort of system, and Rumble has all of their back end. And then Rumble enters into a they're going public with like 10% of their business. So they're still basically in control of their system, but they're about to get a shit ton of money. And so they're going to use all of that to build out their backend, because their goal is to compete with Amazon on the backend side. And so I'm not of the opinion that any of this is ultimately going to work at the end of the day, because the last sort of barometer on this is the IP. And the internet company, or the ISPs can just pull the plug and refuse to offer service, and that's a whole different problem, right? But that's what I was sending you the Rumble account for, is because it was just like, this is going to be the next space. If it blows up, it's going to be super hard to censor or cancel. And they're building an entire economy that's meant to be completely parallel to YouTube. Now, it's unforeseen if it goes anywhere, but
I am so happy that you brought that back to where it came from, because I was about to say, what the fuck does this have
what are we talking about,
yeah,
right?
I was about to be like,
So
what
they offer
the
live
fuck?
streaming, they offer video hosting, they offer a monetization. They're non-censorship, and they're going to offer a space for a different group of creators to come up. They're going to offer on their platform discoverability, visibility. On their backend, they're going to sell the ability to host your like websites and your new applications on like their backend, their servers, so that
Okay.
there's less chances of censorship, and there's a shit ton of money behind it.
Okay.
And so the reason I bring that up is because you're talking about Twitch and YouTube competing with each other, right? Because Twitch is taking, or like I've been saying forever, YouTube and Twitch are kind of at this weird place where they're pretending to be enemies when realistically they're ideologically like the same company. Like it's not really that different, the two companies that we're talking about here.
Mhm.
And so it's interesting to me because we're about to see a company that has a completely different ideological bend enter in their baby phases. This is like YouTube before they were bought by Google, right?
Mhm.
They're entering their baby phases, but they have the back end to kind of support the idea that they know they're going to be able to survive, right? And so that's why I brought it up, is because if you're talking about like all these people signing exclusive deals with YouTube and like the issues that Twitch is having and everything like that, it's like, okay, that's interesting, but it's really just YouTube being like, we want to capture this space and we have everything there to do it, but we don't know why anyone uses it. I know we'll drop a whole bunch of money to get people to bring their people here. And like they've seen success with it because they brought the really big names. Their platform is still a bitch. I can't, like, it's fucking annoying to use. Twitch is so much better for discoverability and small creators, but neither of these companies are worried about either of those things. Like, Twitch doesn't give a shit about the small creators. If you get big and they don't like you, they destroy you, and if you get big and they like you, you get bought off by YouTube.
So you think that it's easier to get, there's more discoverability on Twitch than there is on YouTube?
Yeah, if you go to
Really?
YouTube and try to create a channel, so if you're creating a channel just for YouTube videos, there's some discoverability there. You
Okay.
have to be kind of clickbaity, you have to make sure you use your hashtags right, and you have to be really good at like the search platform, trends, etc.
Mhm.
So like, is there ability to grow video side on YouTube? It's like, yeah, because it's the discoverability for videos is there. Is there ability, and like every Twitch streamer I've ever watched for the last 10 years who made it super big was like, our biggest growth source is putting out YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
So they would like put out YouTube videos and coercion, or like in combination with their Twitch channel, and that's how they achieved growth. So they were burning their wicks at both ends because they spend the majority of the day streaming and then try to cut videos, and that's how they handled their business growth, right?
But why don't you just cut out the middleman? Why don't you just stream and do videos on one platform? People are generally, overall,
Twitch-
people are lazy.
No. The problem there is that Twitch's video, their discoverability for videos is garbage. The only content that they push is live streams.
Yes.
If you want, and so like they have like a popular clips section, but it's informal, it's not really videos, and it's like it could be any clip, user generated clips, etc. And so ultimately what you're going to see is just people who have a lot of people watching who want to do the replay. You're going to get a lot of views on that, and then there's no discoverability there because that entire section is just garbage. It's just based on, you know, whatever anybody watched. Versus YouTube, their video content is very tailored around topic idea, knowing exactly who you are and what you're looking for, and providing you with the content that they know you're looking for. So YouTube's video discoverability is 100% there, but their live streaming's discoverability, if you go into games and you click on a game, just like something you want to watch, right? So like I went in and I was like, oh, I'm gonna like try to see what YouTube live streams there are for World of Warcraft. There was 25 channels, 24 of them were Russian, one of them was English. Actually, that's not fair. About 20 of them were Russian, 4 of them were some Asian language, and I don't know which one. And the last one was English. And it's just like,
I agree with you 1,000%. 1,000%. The only thing I don't agree with is what percentage of people do you actually think? How much do you have to like someone on YouTube? We're lazy. I know you're lazy too.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you have to like this person to be like, okay, I'm gonna push 3 buttons. I may have to push the down arrow key to find the link to what you're talking about, to go to your Twitch or to go to your whatever, so I can follow you or subscribe to you. That takes effort.
That's not how it works, though.
But
that's not how it works.
Yes, it does. Yes, it is. You're not going just because you make a YouTube video. Yes, it does help, put your name out there. Maybe next time when they go back on Twitch, they were like, I'm going to look up Fear No Stigma. Like, oh, okay.
No.
And then
that's not even how it works.
How? Okay, how do you think it works?
Okay, so most of humans' decision-making abilities, so the humans only like handling a certain...
I swear to God, real quick, if you go on a fucking 10-minute tangent of...
Okay, fine, I'll make it really short.
Of exactly what I just said, you have to really somebody. Okay, go ahead.
No, the way that it works is that you're on YouTube and you watch a video and like it's somebody that you like, etc., right? You watch the video, you're like, oh, I really like this guy, that's kind of cool. I'm not going to click those 3 buttons, I'm fucking lazy.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're on Twitch and you're looking for a different kind of content and you see that dude's name.
Go ahead.
You're going to click on him.
Yeah.
You already know what content you're going to get. You've seen his name before. You're basically aware of who he is and what he's doing. You're going to click on him.
Okay.
Now there's like maybe, so out of the, let's say like 1,000 people watch your video.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be like 30, 40, 100 of those 1,000 people. Somewhere like 5 to 10%, right? Let's just say 5 to 10% of those 1,000 people actually click all 3 buttons.
5% at best.
Okay, say 5% of 1,000.
Okay.
That's point. So that's what, 50 people?
I would say 50. Hopefully our math is right. Go ahead.
Hopefully, I'm tired. So like 50 people click on that video, or they subscribe. About, let's say the conversion rate's like 30%. You've got 25 people.
Mm-hmm.
You've got 25 people who purposefully watch your channel because of a YouTube video.
Yes.
You know how high in the algorithm or in Twitch's system that puts you on the list? Your discoverability is infinitely better than it was. And so you don't have that the other 950 people are going to go to the game that they were watching the video for because that's the content they already like to consume.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to like scroll through the top couple of names. If someone they like if someone they're watching they want to watch is already there, they're going to be like, okay, we're going to click on them. And if they don't find anybody and they're scrolling through, they're going to get to the 25s really fast. And they're going to be like, hey, this guy's already got like 25, 30 people watching him. I know the name. Let's watch him.
Mm-hmm.
And your channel grows. Now you're in the hundreds. Now you're starting to get discoverable by people just on Twitch because you've got 100 people. You start putting out more YouTube videos. You're going to have more growth, and it just combines. So it's not that, more than 50 out of 1,000 people are clicking on that button. It's that it fuels it's a sales game, dude. So the advertisers know that they don't have to get somebody to click on their advertisement for it to work. What they have to do is get name brand recognition and then put that product for sale somewhere that you are.
Do you think YouTube is going to make... I personally don't like the interface, okay? I get exactly what you're talking about, and I agree with you. It still kind of sounds like they have to like you a lot, but... all I'm saying is Twitch knows what the hell they're doing. When we go to Twitch, it's so easy to navigate. It may be because Twitch, from Justin to whatever, it's all we've had, so we've accustomed to it, and everything is like taboo. Or maybe I genuinely think they made a really good layout from everything to an extent. Yeah, whenever I click on YouTube, I go to gaming, I go to live. I forget which one is which. I just go to live and then I see what the hell is going on there. I still half the time feel lost if I'm trying to browse through YouTube to try and find a streamer that I want to watch. on
How
Twitch.
lost do you feel whenever you are trying to find a video on YouTube?
Dude, they got it. They have it. They have that part. That's their only job. That is their job. That's their job. Their job is to keep our retention as high as possible, and that's how they judge our videos. Do our our thumbnails clickbaity? No, fuck fear shit. Is Fernando's thumbnail does he have the right thumbnail? But people stop watching him 5 minutes into it out of the entire video. We don't want that fucking video. They boot my ass down too. What they shove in your face is the videos that have been pumping out some pretty goddamn good numbers. So that right there, yeah, they have their shit on point when it comes to keeping our attention.
See, that's interesting because we come from two different information economies, right?
Ooh, go ahead.
So your information economy is left wing. My information economy is right wing. I'm more
Say you're
of an
lying.
independent
Say you're
but-
fucking lying. You're lying. Go ahead.
Okay, whatever. So your information economy, that is the kind of content that they push, right?
Mm-hmm.
In my information economy, they push me things that I know I'm going to like regardless of those things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so the content that I watch fights for their numbers. They get lots of numbers, but they don't get any money from it. There's not ads ran on it. They're pumping numbers. There's no ads. And if they do have ads, most of the time they're demonetized, and so they have to fight for their money. And YouTube just doesn't push it, even though it's wildly successful.
What the fuck are you talking about right now?
Exactly.
What the fuck are you talking about right now? They're
Have you
pumping
ever
the
heard a
same shit to you. What?
Have you listened to a creator that you watch talk about how hard it is on YouTube?
I purposely seek people out like that.
Okay, so you have heard them gripe about it.
Yes, of course. Of
Okay,
course.
then
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about
Yeah.
because other people have it easier. You have to go look for the people who have a problem.
Mhm.
Lots of people have it easy.
Yeah.
The people who have it easy on YouTube bitch about the audience.
Yes.
The people who have it hard on YouTube bitch about YouTube.
Bitch about the algorithm.
Yes. So
That's
you
all
can
it
tell
is.
How hard. Right. Well, no, it's not really just the algorithm though, because
When it comes to that
YouTube doesn't
specific subject.
YouTube doesn't prioritize content based on your thumbnail. Humans prioritize content based on your thumbnail. If you have a clickbait thumbnail, people are going to click on it. Psychology sells basic stuff. The algorithm sees lots of views going to that, checks the tags, was like, cool, shoves that thing in front of more people because it's obviously so popular. It has
Mhm.
no idea what's on your fucking thumbnail. It does not give a shit. It's just seeing the amount of views versus retention. And YouTube doesn't need to retain you through that entire video. If you click off that video and click to a new video, they get to show you 2 more ads. They don't give a fuck that you clicked off that video.
Now
What
you're
they want to
now
see
you're
is
talking
wait.
about micros. I'm talking about the plain as day in your face. Is it a coincidence that they only pump out fucking most of the time they pump out videos with nice fucking thumbnails? Maybe.
It's not a function of the algorithm though.
Okay, am I specifically saying a fucking AI is gonna say, I like this thumbnail because like it's the first place that
They're just
when it
seeing-
popped
they're
up in
just
my
seeing people
head?
interact with it. Yeah, they're just seeing people interact with the video. They're not seeing that thumbnail at all.
I'm not saying they're looking at the fucking thumbnail. I'm saying I don't think you get what the fuck I'm trying to say here. I'm either
I don't
really,
agree
really
with it.
high right now,
You know,
or
like they keep pumping out all these excellent thumbnails. I'm like, I don't think that's the thing.
okay. I'm gonna try and say this like I'm fucking trying to talk to a 5-year-old because I need to get this point across real quick. I'm not fucking saying that when somebody was designing the AI or the fucking algorithm to fucking YouTube that they specifically said only pump out sexy thumbnails or nice thumbnails. I'm saying it's not a fucking coincidence. It's not a fucking coincidence that the people with the highest click rate through are people with nice goddamn thumbnails. I get it. I get what you're trying to say. I get it. I do. I want to choke you, Chris. But listen. It's just like it's part of it's not part of the equation, but it bothers me because I don't want to do a fucking like you see my face and I'm like I'm doing a I'm doing a stupid reaction face like say I'm playing a scary game. I don't want to fucking do a scary, pissing myself shitless fucking reaction that takes up 1/3 of the goddamn screen. But if I want someone to fucking click on it, unfortunately, that's what I'm gonna have to fucking do. All right. I think this was more of me just being angry at the algorithm. Okay.
I was about to say, I don't think this has anything to do with me.
Thanks for listening to another episode. Tune in next time for more community updates and rants.